Hey everyone, Arbiter Wolf here with another weekly video. So, after much delay, I finally have made a little comic strip. And it just feels nice to finally get this out of the way and getting it done. I think that just getting this out of the way and getting over the hurdle of doing the thing that I actually want to be doing and not in this constant state of I need to keep learning in order to do the thing that I actually want to be doing. I think what this can be the beginning of is more of kind of a hybrid of practicing issues that I see in these comic strips, but then actually going out and trying to draw some comic strips and panels and try not to be afraid of the results or get that feeling of I need to keep constantly practicing before I can even attempt to do the thing that I want to be doing. So this really just felt like it was a big weight of just kind of getting over that whole hurdle of just doing the actual thing. I just spent a lot of time trying to think of some sort of comic strip thing that I could come up with, and that in itself was starting to become a little bit paralyzing because I was like, I don't know what I should do, or it's probably going to be bad if I do it. And in reality, this is probably not the greatest comic strip ever created. And it's the first, and that's kind of the point because it's something that I'm just putting out there to kind of build off of and just see how to try to construct the comic panels and just overall get an idea of how things work when trying to do this. I also need to be able to come up with some better story ideas for some of these comic panels because the story I came up with here is not the greatest, but for some reason it just kept popping up in my head and I just had to try it out and see what happens. That way I could just get it out of my head and hopefully get some way better ideas than just this. And for the story, it is kind of a silly one where it is really simple, I guess. Basically, just the character is walking down the street, her wallet falls out of her pocket. Then she goes into the ice cream store and realizes she forgot her wallet. And then the ice cream guy says, It's okay, it's on the house. And then she's sitting on a bench, and then the dog, who was in the first panel, shows up with her wallet. And that was my great story that I came up with. And for whatever reason, I could not think of anything other than Girl with Ice Cream for anything else for a story, and I just had to kind of get it out of my head. So it's probably not the best, but I'm just happy to get something out there. The other thing too is it's going to help me kind of see what I need to be improving more on and what I can practice during the week. And what I hope this leads to is kind of doing more practicing during the weekday and then spending a majority of the weekend hopefully coming up with just some comic panels and trying out stuff. Now, that is the hope with this, and unfortunately, with work right now, it's a little bit crazy with just my hours, and I'm just trying to figure out a schedule and how to plan out things with a busy work schedule, and then also dealing with life issues in general of just adulting and taking care of things that I need to be taking care of during my free time that's not being dominated currently by work. And those two combinations of just work and having to do other stuff has been really cutting into my drawing time, and I'm hoping to get that back on track now that I've kind of gotten this whole comic thing out of the way and I can be a little bit less paralyzed in trying to do another one. And I'm trying to do kind of a general plan of just practice during the weekdays and then focus everything on the weekends towards trying to create like a comic panel. I hope that this will work because I can't really structure my plans as much as I want to because everything is just chaotic, so whenever I put together a plan, it completely falls apart as soon as I try to implement it. But hopefully, going forward, I'll be having some better results and get a little bit more structure with this. The last thing I wanted to talk about is just that I wanted to apologize for not getting out some of the videos I said I was going to get out, which was the kind of final thoughts on the 100 head drawings, along with just getting the 51 through 100 head drawing videos out too. I am going to be working on that to get those out and bring that all to a close since I finished that months ago and I still haven't posted those videos, so I really need to just get on that. That being said, I am hoping to kind of reset everything and start kind of posting everything in kind of a timely manner. Because just lately, with just drawing and trying to post videos, I just feel like everything's been kind of out of whack. So I'd like to just get back to getting my videos out on specific days and getting back into more of a better drawing routine. But that is pretty much all I had for this video. If you guys like the video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Thanks.